Hidden behind these dorky glasses and high IQs are some real beauties. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 on-screen nerds who are actually sexy in real life.
Who's your mommy?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're focusing on women who play nerds on TV shows or in movies, who are actually quite the lookers IRL. Obviously, the hotter these actresses are, the more likely they are to find themselves on our list.
Doing sexy things with the pillow.
Number 10. Bernadette Rostenkowski 왈로위츠, The Big Bang Theory.
You like science fiction?
No.
Role-playing games?
Like in the bedroom or like Dungeons and Dragons?
Either.
No.
What better way to kick things off than with a character from a show that's entirely devoted to nerds? Starting off as one of Penny's colleagues at the Cheesecake Factory, Bernadette is actually a career microbiologist with more than enough smarts to back up her nerd cred. On TV, the cardigans and big glasses she wears downplay her natural beauty. But in real life, Melissa Rauch is super hot, with her memorable Maxim photo shoot more than proving that. Unfortunately for you dreamers out there, Bernadette is already taken. On the show, she and fellow nerd Howard are happily married with a child. And in the real world, she's also married. And don't worry, that voice, it's fake.
I'm sort of freaking out right now.
Number 9. Temperance Bones Brennan. Bones.
Her skull is badly damaged, but racial indicators, cheekbone dimensions, nasal arch, occipital measurement suggest African American.
Played by Emily Deschanel, Temperance Brennan is a very talented forensic anthropologist whose work involves identifying victims' bones at crime scenes and working with the FBI to help solve cases. Based on the fact that she has not one, not two, but 3 doctorates, she deserves her title of doctor. Of course, her social skills do leave a bit to be desired. Even so, aside from being one of the top anthropologists in the country, Dr. Brennan is also a real beauty. And the fact that she doesn't seem to realize it makes her even sexier.
Wow.
How do I look?
Good. Wonderful. Get it?
Like her character, Ms. Deschanel is also drop-dead gorgeous. But fortunately for her fans in the real world, she's not afraid to show it off. Number 8. Willow Rosenberg, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No wonder you're such a guy magnet.
At the beginning of the series, Willow is a shy, mousy character. She's a little studious girl who helps her friend Buffy slay vampires. However, as the show progresses, Willow comes into her own, becoming more assertive, and ending up one of the strongest and sexiest witches on the show. But hey, it doesn't hurt when you have Allison Hannigan's looks. The famous redhead has long since held a place in the hearts of geeks everywhere. Looking at her these days, we have to assume she's found the fountain of youth, because Hannigan is every bit the beauty today that she was in the 90s.
Let's make a baby.
Number 7. Alex Dunphy, Modern Family.
No one misses 2 weeks at Caltech and catches up. What am I gonna do?
Actress Ariel Winter was 11 years old when Modern Family aired its first episode in 2009. So we have to assume she was hired for her acting skills and not her looks.
I'm just gonna say it. He needs to be checked by a specialist.
But since then, this high-strung TV overachiever has transformed from a nerdy duckling into a beautiful swan. The character of Alex is the intelligent middle child of the Dunphy clan, who couldn't care less about her looks.
And Luke, game down. This is your senior year, also known as your last year to not suck.
However, as she's grown up, Ariel Winter has become incredibly beautiful and seemingly comfortable in her own skin. With her high IQ and a body you can only dream of having, Alex Dunphy has everything going for her.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry, be smart.
Number 6. Rachel Berry, Glee.
I am like Tinkerbell Finn. I need applause to live.
On Glee, pretty much all the members of New Directions are victims of bullying at one point or another. But Rachel, who's often called a nerd and a perfectionist, is probably the biggest victim of them all. But we gotta say, don't you think the students at William McKinley High have bad taste? Rachel is played by the stunning Lea Michele, who's already quite sexy to begin with. But beyond that, Rachel is also clearly an up-and-coming star with the ambition necessary to make it big on Broadway someday. Just like Lea Michele. Whether she's on screen as Rachel or off screen as Lea, nobody doubts her success. Or her sexiness.
My actions speak for what I can say.
Number 5. Velma Dinkley, the Scooby-Doo franchise.
Let's get jinky with it.
Okay, so the animated Velma is basically the definition of a nerd. With her Coke bottle glasses and chunky orange turtlenecks, let's just say that Ms. Dinkley is not really what we'd call sexy. But put those Mary Janes, knee socks, and that short skirt on a live-action Linda Cardellini, and it's a whole other story. Cardellini made us discover a whole different side of this character. Unlike Daphne, Velma is far from a bimbo, and it's usually thanks to her that the Mystery Inc. gang is able to carry out its investigations. So if brilliant women are your thing, Velma Dinkley's the one for you. And it's all thanks to Linda Cardellini's natural sex appeal. Number 4. Laney Boggs, she's all that.
Then you think, oh, well, there's Laney Boggs. She's a dork. She must at least be smart. Well, guess what? I'm not.
Laney.
We've all seen this trope before. Obviously pretty girl who's disguised as a nerd gets made over and is suddenly so beautiful the school hunk cannot help but fall for her. Well, and she's all that, Rachel Lee Cook is that nerd Laney, and Freddie Prinze Jr. is the hunk Zach. Well, Zach is tasked with transforming Laney into prom queen material.
Was this some kind of new dork outreach program?
It's an interesting challenge, but it would have been much harder had he chosen anyone but Laney Boggs. Granted, she's an introverted artist, but since she's played by Rachel Lee Cook, she's automatically the sexiest girl on campus. She stole audiences' hearts right from the beginning, and the ending is just the cherry on top.
I feel just like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. You know, except for that whole hooker thing.
Number 3. Anita Needy Lesnicki, Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's evil.
I know.
No, I mean, she's actually evil. Not high school evil.
This particular casting choice is a bit unrealistic. Do you really think anyone as naturally beautiful as Amanda Seyfried has ever been described as a plain Jane in real life? But that's exactly the part she's playing here. Anita, or Needy as she's commonly known, is an intellectual who lives in the shadow of the most popular girl in school. And while Megan Fox may play the sexy cheerleading succubus, Amanda Seyfried definitely puts up a pretty fight, making us question which of the two is in fact sexier.
I'm not gonna bite you.
Seyfried actually said she was glad she wasn't the lead in this film, so she didn't have to worry about looking hot. But it turns out she didn't have to worry either way.
You're a jerk.
Number 2. Hermione Granger, the Harry Potter franchise. Although Hermione Granger is the brightest witch in her class, she didn't even have to use her magic wand to enchant you. Now, admit it. You didn't expect this little first year with the unruly hair to become such a sexy witch as she moved through the years at Hogwarts. But when Hermione donned that pink gown for the Yule Ball in Goblet of Fire, her fellow students weren't the only heads turning. Overnight, Hermione, and in turn Emma Watson, charmed an entire generation of moviegoers with her grace and beauty. And since then, Watson's kept it up on screen and off, both as a stunningly beautiful actress and as a fierce advocate for gender equality.
Feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Well, if you can teach the criminally insane, you can teach anyone.
I'm going to become wonderful. It's a new beginning.
Who's Jess? You're talking to Tiger Boobs.
Number 1. Annie Edison, Community.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Perky? Check. Tightly wound? Double check. Nerdy? Check and mate. The youngest member of the study group, and easily the most ambitious when it comes to school, Annie is also cheerful and innocent.
Annie's pretty young, we try not to sexualize her.
She's also got all the hallmarks of a tried and true nerd. But every so often, the character gets to unexpectedly show off her sexy side, and fans of the lovely Alison Brie cannot get enough.
What?
In fact, Brie is perfect for the part. Able to play an energetic and slightly uptight girl to perfection, Brie becomes the girl who's first in her class and always ready for more homework. However, when she lets loose, she becomes extremely hot.
Look, eventually you hit a point of diminishing returns on the sexiness.
Which is why Annie Edison deserves the top spot on this list.
To act on them and experience sinful pleasure would be morally no different than taking a breath.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.